This is Mr. H. This is question number 22 from the review handout. Um, Basically, this is a system of inequalities, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to have two lines that we're going to graph, and we're going to be shading appropriately. So basically, all we need for these is we need to put these we need to graph these as relations, and then once we graph them as a relation, wherever we need to shade it, we just shade it. So these questions are not particularly difficult with the graphing calculator. So let me just show you how to do it. So we have two inequalities here, and we have this question down at the bottom, which says, is the 0.00 solution? Now, this one you should be able to do even if you're not able to graph, because all you have to do is store both zeros into X and Y, and then type in the inequalities. If you get two true statements, then that means this is a solution. But even if one of them is false, then it's not a solution. All right, so let me go grab my calculator. And let's do it. All right, so I'm going to go to the graph. Now, if I press tab, it comes up as a function. We need to graph these inequalities as relations. So all you have to do is if you delete the equal sign, you're going to get these 6 options. You should choose the relationship one. And then you're just going to type in each one of the inequalities. So it's going to be a negative x plus 2y minus 4 is less than 0. And then we press enter, and that's what the graph looks like. Now, all you're going to do is you need 2 points, and you're going to graph this. Now, the other thing that you can see is that if you hover over this line, it's not a solid line, it's a dotted line. And the reason that it's a dotted line is because of this inequality. It doesn't have an equal sign, so that's why it's not solid. If this was less than or equal to, this would be a solid blue line, but it's a dotted blue line. So when you graph this, you have to make your line dotted. All right, so now let me just get 2 points. Here's 1 point. So I'm going to do menu 51, and I'm going to put in 0. When I put in 0, it tells me that the output is 2. So that's 1 point. And then let me get another point. Let's see. I'm going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to type in the input 4. Tells me that the output is 4. So now I have 2 points. So I'm going to graph this. So let me go get my iPad and show you what I'm going to do. All right, so I wrote down these 2 points here. So now I'm going to graph them. I'm going to graph them as blue. So 0, 2 is going to be right here. And then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So those are my 2 points. Now I'm going to graph this line. I'm going to try to go straight through too high. Let's see here. Okay, that's better. Still not perfect, but let me see if I can do it a little better. All right, that's a little better. All right, now the only thing I have to change is I have to indicate that this is not a solid line. So look, I'm erasing some of it so that you know that this is not a solid line. And that's because of this. This doesn't have an equal sign underneath. So that means remember when we were graphing, if it doesn't have an equal sign, it would be an open circle. Well, when we're doing this should be a dashed line. All right, so now the last thing I need to do is let's look at the shading. The shading is underneath the line, so I'm going to shade underneath the line. So this is how it indicates shading. I just draw my lines perpendicular to it. So everything down here is part of the solution. Now I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to go back, get the calculator, and I'm going to enter the second inequality. So it's going to be 3x plus 4y, and then it's going to be plus 4, and then it's going to be greater than or equal to. So I use this one, and then I put 0. So now I press enter, and that's what my graph looks like. Now, what I need to do is, I need to get 2 points on this line, and then I'm just going to graph it, and then I'm going to shade above it. So here's 1 point. This is 0, -1, but let's use menu 51. Let's find a couple points. So I'm going to enter 0. And, oh, that's, okay, so since there's 2 lines, to get to the other line, I just arrow down. And now let me do that. I'm going to do it again. Menu, I put in 0, and it takes me 0, -1. So one of my points is going to be 0, -1. Now I need to find another point that has integers. Let's see, right here. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, so let me go. I'm going to enter. The input is 4, and it tells me that the output is going to be a -4. So 4 and -4. Now that I've got me 2 points, I can graph this. So let me go. One of them is 0, -1. It's going to be right there. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. There's my second point. Now what I'm going to try to do is draw a solid line all the way down. Now that's not perfect, but you can see what I'm doing. And now this is a solid line because it has an equal. So now I'm just going to shade above. Bam, 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 bam. And now what you should notice is the solution is where it's blue and red. So anything in here is in the solution. Anything. And so that's how you would do this. Now, they say it's 0, 0, a solution. Now, if I go and I plot 0, 0, it is going to be right here. That is inside the solution set. So this point is a solution. So you would say 0, oops. You would say, the way you would answer this is you would say 0, 0 is a solution. And your explanation would be because it is within the solution set. Solution set. This area right in here, all of this is the solution set. And so this point is in there. Okay, so that's how you would do this. Basically, all you really need to be able to do is change your graph to relation, and then you're just going to key this in. And then you just shade it appropriately, okay? All right, so let's go. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to post it.